We're going to do a run-up. We're here at spot 5, and this is your first time really doing a run-up. I'm going to record it. Hello, camera. And you can follow along with the checklist at home, and it'll be really great practice because everything that happens in the airplane is incredibly expensive. So the more you can get done on the ground on your own time really saves you a lot of money and time. So, run-up checklist, okay? We're using the Piper Archer 2 Checkmate Checklist. Brakes set. You set them already, right?
Yeah.
Fuel, proper tank. We like to start on the right and rotate it every half hour. So fuel right, indicating right, okay? Trim for takeoff. Now, there's a little line here on the trim. You see that faded line? You see that other white line?
Mm-hmm.
We want that line to kind of match up with that line. So here's your trim. So push it down. So you're pushing it down so it catches up. See that spinning? So that looks good right there. All right, okay. So now you're trimmed for takeoff, okay? Flight controls, I'm going to show you this part, and then I'm going to have you do it. So these are your flight controls, okay? So I'm going to go, watch your knees, okay? Boom, up aileron, down, and then the other way. Up aileron, down, and then your elevator. If you look outside, you see it moving? The tail? Up, down, and then your rudders are left, right. You just want to make sure everything's free and working, okay? Enunciator lights, press this button here, and make sure these two light up. So push it, and just say tested. So that means they're working.
Okay.
So like if the alternator went out, then this enunciator light would light up without us pushing that.
Okay.
And we'd be like, oh, we have an alternator problem. We'd better get on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay? Or an oil. If the oil pressure was really high or something, then that would light up. And then we'd be like, we better get on the ground pretty quick, okay? So then we're going to test or verify our instruments. So these are the instruments on the panel. So we have 0, indicating 0. This is our airspeed indicator. We're not moving, so it should be 0, right? Okay. Straight and level for our attitude indicator. We have 2 of them. We have a gauge, a steam gauge, and the glass. So set once, set twice. Ball is centered, set once, set twice. 3019 is the altimeter, set once, set twice, indicating 60, and heading indicator to compass, 005, set once, set twice, set 3 times. And vertical speed indicator is 0, indicating 0. This will tell you if you're going up or down in a climb when you're in the air. Obviously, we're not doing either one of those, so it's right on 0. Yeah. So if we were to take off, then this is going to show a positive rate up. If we're going to land, it's going to show a rate down. And each one of these little hashtags is in hundreds of feet. So it'd be 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 feet per minute. Okay? 1,000 feet per minute. 500 feet per minute down.
Okay.
See how it says down?
Yeah.
Up, down? All right, so those are your instruments. Now we've got our mixture lean back. That's the next thing on the checklist because we're saving some money while we're sitting here. Our primer, we have it in and locked. That means if I do like this, it better not pop out.
Okay.
All right? So it's definitely in and locked. And then we want to go 2,000 RPMs, and we're going to test our mags. These are our mags. There's 2 sets of mags in this airplane, your left mag and your right mag, okay? And it's just redundancy. So if I go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. But first we're going to go 2,000 RPMs. And we're looking for a drop and a rise. So I'm going to go up to 2,000. I got my brakes. I always hold my brakes. Now, go 1, 2 left, 1, 2, drop, you'll see a drop. Now 1, 2 right, 1, 2, and now you'll see a rise back up. Go 1 left, drop, and then 1 right. Rise, and then you got your carb heat, pull that down, we should see a little bit of a drop. See the drop? Now pull it back up for a rise. And then here's where we have our amps and our volts. We're going to check that, okay? just this just this right button, push that, and you should see a drop, and then if you push it up, you see a little bit of a rise.
Yeah.
Push it over to volts, do it again, looking for a little bit of a drop, and then push it up, looking for a little bit of a rise. Okay, so that's tested. Now while we have the engine really high, we want to go, the oil pressure looks good. Okay, the oil temperature's in the green. And then our fuel pressure we get down here, and as long as it's between 8 and 9, I'm happy. So that's perfect. And then do the idle all the way down. They call this idle closed. Throttle closed, excuse me. Okay, all the way.
Oh, okay.
See? And then we're going to test our carb heat again, because when you put on this carb heat, the RPMs drop. So if we're at a low RPM setting, because we're all the way down, and we turn this on, and the plane stops, well, we know that we probably don't want to fly, because we don't want that to happen in the air, right? So push this all the way down to the on position, carb heat on. All right, we're still running, right? See how it got less?
Yeah.
Okay, put it back up. So now we've tested. Now these are just flows. But the run-up checklist, we did the brakes, we set the fuel, we trimmed for takeoff, we did our flight controls, our Enunciator lights, that was that. The instruments, we tested all the instruments, we did the mixture, we did that. Primer, we did the in and locked, 2,000 RPMs, we tested both mags. The carb heat tested, we don't have a vacuum in this airplane. The amps and volts we tested, fuel pressure we looked at, oil pressure we looked at, oil temperature we looked at, we idle closed, and everything is complete. The run-up checklist is complete.
Okay.